What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin Frazier, and this is EA Sports Game Changers.
Today, we're in Philadelphia with one of the greatest players in the NFL, Eagles receiver DeSean Jackson, on a secret mission that took this city by surprise. It's an unexpected, incredible, game-changing moment that will alter this 14-year-old's life forever. The move that has everyone cheering in Philly, from the streets to the stands, and all the way up to the mayor's office. And you won't want to miss the inspiring story of mind over matter, one champion who did the impossible. See how he shocked the doctors, healed himself, and completed a comeback like no other in history. Plus, the high-tech future is here, and it's more advanced than ever imagined. The hits, the moves, and the human minds behind it all. We have the secrets that blur the line between what's real and what's new. From the stadium to your living room, high-tech action. Hang on, Game Changer starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to EA Sports Game Changers. Look, we have a great show for you today, and it all starts in the city of brotherly love, Philly. We all know that on the field, in front of millions of fans, an athlete's actions can change a game in a moment. But equally as impressive is off the field, in front of no one. That's when an athlete's actions can change someone's life in just a single moment. Take, for instance, Eagles star DeSean Jackson. He is a game changer. He's not just a player with great hands and great speed, he also has a great big heart. We were with DeSean when he changed a young boy's life.
Eagles receiver DeSean Jackson is one of the fastest, most versatile receivers in the NFL. But there's one other thing that sets him apart. He's also one of the smallest.
It put me in a mind state where I felt, if that's the challenge I have to, face, then let me figure out a way where I can beat them with what I can do.
That motivation comes from Jackson's childhood. It's hard to imagine, but one of the toughest players in the game used to get picked on for his size. That's right, one of the greatest in the game was bullied as a child, and it's a memory that still remains fresh in DeSean's head.
I can just remember when I was younger, guys used to try to bully me and, try to rough me around, things like that.
Just outside of Philadelphia lives DeSean Jackson, a middle school student who has a lot in common with Jackson. The 14-year-old loves football, especially the Eagles. And if you listen to his mom, Connie, he shares a few other similarities with his favorite player.
Big heart, very big heart. The first one to jump up to help.
What types of bullying are these children facing?
DeSean's little, he's petite. So it was always a thing of, you're small, you can't do this, or just calling him names that normally you and me could just brush off. But if you're already feeling depressed about something anyway, then it adds to it.
DeSean's depression has been building for some time. The bullying was one thing. But last May, he got some of the most devastating news a boy could imagine.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it kind of took a major toll, on all my children, but him being the youngest and already being a victim of bullying, it made it, worse.
What sort of positivity do you share with him to help inspire him to not let bullying get him down?
When someone is attacking you, it's for a reason. It has nothing to do with you. Something may be going on in their household, and that's what I tell them. It's not what they do to you, it's how you react to it.
That's the biggest thing, is just really getting these kids to want to speak up and, make a difference, and letting other kids know it's not okay to bully.
2 years ago, near Philadelphia, there was a terrifying bullying incident involving a young boy. The local news reports spurred DeSean to take action and start his own crusade against bullies. DeSean's new anti-bullying campaign became national news, and one person in DeSean's backyard was paying close attention.
So I wrote him a letter. I didn't know where I was writing. I just put DeSean Jackson in, Googled it.
Did you think that you would get a response? Did you know you were going to get a response?
No, it felt good to write it. It really felt good just to reach out.
Therapeutic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was very therapeutic just to write it down and say, you know, I'm trying. I'm trying, I'm trying.
They say things get worse before they get better, and for DeSean, that meant more bullying. Meanwhile, the football field became his sanctuary. If there was one place he felt like he belonged, it was here with his team. Months would pass, but eventually, Connie's letter would find its way into the right hands.
Dear Mr. Jackson, my name is Constance Williams. I am so proud of the action you took to represent the stand on bullying. My son is also a product of bullying.
And it's hard to convince him of his worth and his kindness when others are verbally beating him down.
I am asking you to find a small moment in your day to write him a letter or email just to boost his confidence. Receiving a letter like that, you know, from DeSean's mom, it was a touching moment for myself. Kind of a lot of similarities to myself. I just wanted to do anything I can to just, you know, motivate this kid. I felt like I could help him out and, you know, just want to make a difference in his life.
But instead of writing a letter or sending an autographed picture, DeSean had another idea.
Yo, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
Good.
I heard y'all undefeated, huh?
Yeah, 6-0.
6-0?
Yeah.
Can y'all take a knee from me?
Yes, sir.
Take a knee?
It was a moment that no one on the field could believe. Standing right in front of them, one of the city's true heroes, the one and only DeSean Jackson.
I've been hearing some great things about you guys, but you know, in particular, one guy I've been hearing about, you know, DeSean. I heard he's doing real good and he's stepping up and, you know, being a difference maker, man. Stand up, man. Stand up, DeSean. You know, the biggest thing I can tell you guys is don't be afraid to step up and help. Anytime you see him in danger and in need for help, like, you know, I would do for any of my teammates that play on the Eagles, I'm gonna step up, you know, regardless on the field or off the field, I'm gonna step up and take his back. So as long as y'all keep doing that, show y'all brotherhood, man, I think y'all go all the way. You know, do a great job. Yeah, baby. Let's get a break, though, and I want to talk to DeSean one-on-one for a minute. Let's get a break.
1, 2, 3, team.
Let me talk today for, yeah, come on, where you at, man? Let me holler at you real quick. You know, I just really want you to know, you know, how special you are and, you know, how much of a difference you make out here with your teammates, and just keep doing what you do for your mother, you know, and just being that backbone for her, to stay strong for her. And, you know, she gets her joy through you coming out here playing football and, you know, being successful. And I'm gonna put the pressure on you a little bit. Can I do that?
Go ahead.
You gonna hold it down? Tell Mom you got her.
Yeah, I got you, Mom.
All right, man, that's what I'm talking about.
As they talked about the NFL, their favorite players, in school, DeSean's pain seemed to disappear.
It really meant that I was appreciated. I'm not like alone. I'm like appreciating the world, and it just made me excited.
But DeSean had something else for DeSean, something spectacular.
Coming up on Game Changers, DeSean suits up and heads out for the biggest game of his life. We're on the sideline with DeSean and DeSean, and it's a story of struggle and survival. You'll see pure proof that the human body is capable of almost anything. And high-octane action in the high-tech world of sports. The future has arrived. Can you tell the difference between the real world and this?
DeSean Jackson is one of the greatest players in the NFL. He's also one of the leaders in the fight against bullying. After receiving this letter from the mother of a young boy who was being bullied, DeSean took action and showed up unannounced at 14-year-old DeSean Hardison's football practice.
What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
After giving DeSean some one-on-one advice, DeSean had a surprise for DeSean.
The Philadelphia Eagles and myself, we're gonna let you come to the game this week versus the Dallas Cowboys. You like the Cowboys or the Eagles?
Eagles.
We're gonna beat them Cowboys, you feel me?
Yeah.
With you there, you know, so I need you to tell me how you feel about that. How you feel about getting them 2 tickets, man?
I feel excited.
You excited? Put on number 1, man. Number 1, my man gonna do it, number 34. Watch out for him, he coming at y'all.
It must have felt like a dream that day at the park, but it wasn't a dream, because today is Sunday, and the Dallas Cowboys are in town, and DeSean's uncle is here to take him to the stadium.
Millions of people are going to be watching this game, but guess what? You get to be on the sidelines. Do you ever think you'd be on the sidelines at a big NFL game like this?
No,
How do you feel about that?
I feel excited.
Yeah? Yeah, are you nervous?
Yes.
He told me he was jumping up and down in his bed last night, and he was trying to find a way to go to sleep. And he was up at 6. I came downstairs this morning just to fix breakfast before they got up, and he was right there.
Ready to go.
He was ready to go.
And soon after, it was time to leave. DeSean said bye to his mom, and they hit the road. For one glorious afternoon in Philly, he lived every Eagles fan's dream, standing on the sidelines watching his team battle the Dallas Cowboys. Now this young man is more than one of DeSean's true fans. Now DeSean is one of DeSean's true friends.
What's it mean for you, for a big NFL guy like that? I mean, he's a busy guy. He's got big games to focus on, and he took time out of his life to come talk only to you, to just come into your world and be a part of DeSean's story and to touch your life. How did that make you feel?
This changed my life because it shows me that I can reach out to anything and it's possible to do anything.
I think a lot of kids nowadays are afraid to, go tell or get help or get advice and things like that. The best thing you could do is stand up, let your word be heard.
For more NFL content, go to NFLRush.com.
Next on Game Changers, some say it's the toughest competition on earth. One man's miraculous comeback to race again. It's a look into the heart of a champion. And the hits, the moves, the incredible high-tech ideas that are changing the game as we know it right in front of our eyes.
Welcome back. With sheer determination, you can accomplish great things. Next, you're about to meet a man who lives by one very simple credo. The only limitations we have are those we set for ourselves. Our Allie LaForce has the story.
Andrew Johnson was the first ever leukemia survivor to win an Ironman. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2004, and the doctor said the medicine would last 3 to 5 years. He's been battling strong for 9. What's his secret? He's about to share with us. Come meet Andrew with me. You'll be inspired.
They're hard days. I've cried a lot. My wife has cried a lot. And nobody should have to go through this.
A triathlon is considered to be one of the most brutal athletic challenges ever to be faced. A 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bicycle ride, followed by a 26.2-mile run.
Name all of the countries that you won medals in.
I don't know that I can.
Really? Too many to count.
You would definitely test my geography.
Good thing I didn't ask you for cities.
All right.
Every year, those few who qualify meet in Hawaii for the Ford Ironman World Championship to see who comes out as the toughest triathlete. Drew Johnston has been a competitor 6 times. It's always an honor, but recently, reaching this level has taken on a whole new meaning.
In 2004, you were diagnosed with leukemia.
Yeah, Ironman Lake Placid. I came off the bike and I was very close to the front of the race and then just couldn't finish the run. I felt like I was getting hit by a baseball bat in my shins every time I took a step. So we go back to Atlanta and, I was immediately diagnosed with CML.
What was the hardest part?
There was probably a few months there where I didn't laugh, didn't smile. So, how do you even kiss your wife without thinking you're gonna be dead soon?
Faced with unbelievable odds, Drew did something that shocked his doctors. He refused a bone marrow transplant, determined to heal naturally, with minimal chemo, using his extensive knowledge of health and nutrition.
You started training again. You didn't wait long. What was that like getting back into it right away?
I remember I went to the pool, traveled 15 minutes to get there, changed, got in the pool, swam across to the other side of the pool, and I was so exhausted, I was like, that's it, I'm done, and got up and went home. So that was my first foray back into training. It wasn't very monumental, but after that, each day got a little bit easier.
Just 3 years after his diagnosis, Drew found himself back where it all began. Ironman Lake Placid. This time, determined to cross the finish.
Crossed the line, fell into my wife's arms and just burst into tears. But that was a sign that I can do this again. It was awesome.
After battling to regain his fitness, Johnston went on to win race after race, primed to do the impossible in completing the most revered triathlon in existence, the Ford Ironman World Championship, while living with cancer.
What got you through it?
What good is quitting, you know? People think my story's unusual or special, but what are you gonna do in my situation? You gotta just keep going on. The human mind has absolutely no limitations. The only limitations we have are the ones we set for ourselves. And it's true, literally, this game, whether it be sport or life, is won and lost in the head. I'm Drew Johnston, and I'm a game changer.
Coming up, the high-tech world of sports, from the field into the future, like you've never seen it before.
They are the biggest names in sports, playing in the most exciting places, from the bent blades of grass to the sweat on their skin. The question is, how are these lifelike elements possible? The answer lies in science and technology meeting head-on with the sports world. Physics, math, and animation are core components of what it takes to create new technology that was once unimaginable. A new example of this level of computing power is EA Sports Ignite, a combination of technologies that can be divided into 3 central components: true player motion, human intelligence, and living worlds.
EA Sports Ignite is a suite of technologies that we've built across the EA Sports label over the last couple of years. We're calculating every step now, so we know where the foot should be based on the input that the user is using on the stick and the motion, the momentum, the physics of the player. So let's say you're breaking a run outside and you have a defender coming at you. You may make a move on the stick to cut back inside. Now it looks like he slows down, he cuts, he's got that NFL authentic player move, and then break away for hopefully a touchdown.
Next up, human intelligence, where technology allows the players to mimic real-world situations in football. And that meant addressing a commonly overlooked part of the game.
It starts with the war in the trenches, which is the offensive line versus the defensive line. And so if you're going to design an offensive line for an NFL game, the first thing you do is you hire an NFL lineman.
Being a gameplay designer, we really try to make our game be as close to realistic as we can. We've basically rebuilt the O-line, D-line experience from the ground up.
They're aware of the play that you've called, and they're aware of their assignments based on that play.
They know who to block, they know how to block them, they know where the quarterback's going to be, they know where their teammates are.
They may know that they need to double team a guy based on the formation that the defense is in. They may pick up a blitzing linebacker if he's coming through the line.
All while using the intelligence to target the players dynamically while they're moving towards the quarterback.
The last element of Ignite, living worlds, where the new technology enables fans in the stands, even players on the sidelines, to react to the actions as they would in the real world.
If you run near the sideline, the players and the characters will try to get out of the way. The bottom line is they're more aware, more active, more alive than they've been in the past.
And everyday advanced real-time analytics will be delivered through the internet. Real stats right from the real world will identify players' tendencies and even hot and cold streaks, all ensuring no two games played are the same. Well, it's time to go, but I want you to keep in mind, whether it's in your community or even on the field, you can be a game changer. I'm Kevin Frazier. We'll see you next time right here on EA Sports Game Changers.